Dear students, in this video we'll start chapter number 1 of class 11, some basic concepts in the chemistry. So number first is SI units. Now whenever we do measurements in lab in chemistry, every measurement has one numerical value and one unit which describes that numerical value. So there are certain SI units which are internationally applicable worldwide, that are called international system of units, that are termed as SI units. So some SI units have been written here. Of mass we take kg as the SI unit, length meter, time second, temperature Kelvin, electric current ampere, which is represented by capital A, luminous intensity it is candela, represented by CD, amount of substance represented by mole. Next is derived unit. Derived units, as the name suggests, they are derived from the SI units. Volume, the formula of volume is the length Q. So L into L into L, and the unit of length is meter in SI unit. So meter cube is the derived unit. Density formula is mass per unit volume. Mass is measured in kg, SI unit is kg, and volume SI unit is meter cube. So the unit become of density kg per meter cube, which is a derived unit. Acceleration is velocity change in time. So the unit will be meter per second square. And electric charge is current into time. That is ampere, current unit is ampere in SI unit, and time is second, so ampere second will be the derived unit. In this way we can find out the derived units of any known quantity. Next is precision. Precision refers to the closeness of the set of the values obtained from identical measurements of a quantity. Suppose we are measuring some quantity in an experiment, the more the close values will come. Suppose there are three values you have taken out and they are very close to each other, then they are called as precise values. And accuracy means refers to the closeness of a single measurement to its true value. Suppose the true value of a substance is 2 gram and your value is 1.99, so that value is very accurate. And if your value is 2.5 gram, then it is not very accurate. So more close your value will be to the true value, more accurate it will be. Now here we are taking example. There are three students ABC. They have given an experiment to weigh the actual mass of a substance, the mass of a substance whose actual mass is 0.520. This is actual mass, and they have taken out three readings. Every student taken out three readings, and the average has been taken out. Now see the student A. The reading are 0.521, 0.515, 509. They are very drifting apart. They are not very close to each other, so they are not precise. And the average value is also not very close to the actual value, so it is not accurate also. Student B, the values are 0.516, 515, 514. They are very close to each other, so they can be taken as precise values. The value is very precise, but the average is again drifting apart from the actual value, so it is not accurate. Student C, see the value 0.521, 0.520, 0.520 is very, very precise, and the average mass is matching to the actual mass, so it is also accurate. So student C's observations are both precise and accurate. Next is significant figures. This comes into play because when we measure any quantities in more precise and accurate values are measured in chemistry, then significant figures also comes into play. Now how to count significant figures in any measurement? We count the significant figures from left to right, and the first digit should be a non-zero. In this case 1.23. There are three significant figures, 1, 2, 3. In this case it is starting from 0, so we will not count 0, we will start from 3. 3 and 4, there are two significant figures. In this first word is non-zero, so we will count from first 1, 2. There are two significant figures. So if 0 is after the first number, then you will count it in significant figure. If it is written previous to the number, then you will not count it. Second, if you add or subtract any numbers, suppose I am adding three numbers, so the number having the lowest decimal place, suppose in 1.5 there is only one decimal place, so answer should also have one decimal place. Here the answer will be 22.5, not 22.541. In case of multiplication and division, the answer should have same significant figures as that in the quantity with minimum number of significant figures. In these two, in this case there are four significant figures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this there are three significant figures, 1, 2, 3. So the answer should also contain three significant figures, that is 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 0.512. Now in case of rounding off, suppose I have to round these numbers written on the top to the 3 significant figures. So while rounding off, you increase the number by 1 if the preceding number is greater than 5. Suppose in this case 12.7, because 9 is greater than 5, so I will increase the 6 by 1. That will become 7. In this case also it is 5 and greater than 5, so it will become 18.4. In this case it is less than 5, it is 3. So if it is less than 5, then you will retain that number as it is, that is 13.9. I will not increase this number because the number preceding it is less than 5. In the next video, we'll deal with the mole concept.